And this week, we kick off our Go for the Gold series, where we honor the people in our community who just make our lives so much better. And when I was asked to think of someone who really goes above and beyond, I immediately thought of the group of people who selflessly give the love and care that sometimes we just can't, especially during this past year. The workers at the Eliza Jennings nursing home who sat with my grandma day in and day out.
My grandma, Elise Cassidy, spent her life surrounded by her 4 kids and 9 grandkids. Sunday dinners, holidays, random summer afternoons. She was a tough cookie who resisted moving into assisted living until she was 94. I made sure to visit every chance I could, worried that she'd be lonely, bringing her great-grandbabies to hold and to watch grow. But just before her 104th birthday, the pandemic shut us out. No visitors. Our family was worried endlessly about her mental decline and health. But we quickly realized we had a group of angels on the inside.
Hi! Hi! We came to see you! We're just so thankful for everything that you guys did for our family over the past year. So we brought you gold frames because you guys just really kept in touch with my grandma when we couldn't, and you were there for us in ways that we couldn't be.
Your grandma was our family.
I know.
Kim Greer, a member of the housekeeping staff, set up the home's first window visit so we could see my grandma on her birthday in April of 2020. She would show my grandma photos and videos of my kids. Both Kim and Loretta would sit with her, listening to her stories, spending quality time. Rose Nails took all the emotional phone calls from our family, setting up Skype calls and eventually visits. We had her on speed dial.
I mean, I remember you especially popping in the last couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
When we would sit there with my grandma.
Yes.
And did you get a chance to talk to her and have any last conversations that
Oh,
you remember?
yes. I thanked her for letting me be part of her life and her family's life. It was just a blessing to be with her, you know, and hold her hand and just let her know she's not alone and she is loved.
And in my grandma's final days, when we could finally visit, these women sat with us, making sure we were okay as my grandma's health slowly declined. My grandma passed on May 9th at 105. And we will forever be grateful for these amazing women who we know helped comfort more families than just ours during the pandemic.
It was sadness, but it was a blessing because I knew we could go in there every day and make a difference in our residents' lives. All of them needed that extra love and attention, a little hug here and there, you know, a little special talking to, but I got more out of it than anybody could ever imagine, because at that time in all of our lives, everybody was so isolated. But to be there for them and comfort them was the main goal. When family can't be there, they have us as family. Right, Rose?
They are just incredible. And these women, by the way, are a couple members of the housekeeping staff. This isn't even part of their job. And so we wanted to also thank all of the aides who give so much of themselves to our loved ones. And so we sent cookies from Cookies by D up to the floor. And my grandma really loved 2 aides, especially Robert and Antoine. They have since left the Renaissance. So Antoine and Robert, if you are out there watching, please know that my grandma called you her best friends. And it was, I just don't want to cry at 5:16 in the morning.
I mean, I am.
It was.
You might as well join.
These women were, I can't even describe how incredible that they were throughout the whole thing. I mean, we could not be there. We couldn't be sitting with my grandma, but I would get Facebook messages saying, don't worry, she's talking, she's eating, she's doing this. I mean, we could not be inside those walls, and they were. And the fact that they gave her so much love and attention, I mean, if you have a loved one in a nursing home, just know that there are people out there like that really just, they really became family.
Yeah.
I mean, and that wasn't part of their duties.
No.
They didn't have to do that.
They really are angels.
They were, oh my gosh,
Above
incredibly.
and beyond, right?
Yes.
I know, and so many of you, I'm sure, can relate to this.
Yeah.
I know I can on a level with my grandpa,
Yeah.
and it's hard. And to have that kind of support where you know things are being taken care of,
Yes.
what a beautiful thing.
I mean, it was the only thing that got us through a year and change of not being able to sit with her in those days that we knew she wouldn't have family.
And from
sitting
all
there.
the stories I know of your grandma,
Yeah.
I bet they heard a lot.
They heard a ton, and she was tough. She told me she did not want to make friends, and then she did.
Yeah.
She made all those friends.
I mean, how
so.
could you not?
Yeah.
Aw, well,
So.
thank you to all of you, and thanks for sharing.
Oh,
Gosh.
no problem. It was hard. You heard me cry in the video. Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough to do stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thanks.
And your grandma's watching right now?
I know.
I know it. She's going to give me strength to get through this forecast. All right.